All right, what's up, people? I wasn't going to make a video like this. I really wasn't. I kind of stayed off this topic a little bit because I actually think it's a little bit more nuanced than people really want to understand. But when I saw this Young Turks video, and I'll link it in the description, not description, in the fucking pinned comment, whatever. You know me and fucking doing descriptions on YouTube. But basically, what this lady was saying was, because we know there's been a lot of, the one that went viral was just this dude sneaking this old lady and just slow punching her 125 times. And it wasn't a white guy. It's hardly ever a white guy, okay? But what this lady was saying, her narrative, and you can see my comment, it says 4 comments on that motherfucker. Mine's the only one that still shows. I'm pretty sure they're deleting comments on that motherfucker. So if you go to that video and you don't see my comment up there, you know that there's some chicanery going on. Because, now look, I know the black community very well. And I posted a community post, which is a scene from Menace to Society, one of my favorite movies. And it's basically an example of this from 29 years ago. This is not new. There is absolutely a love-hate relationship between the black community and the East Asian community. That's just facts. I mean, a lot of it is kind of narrated by the fact that Asians, and I'm not trying to put everybody in a fucking category because Asians are a pretty big fucking category. But Chinese people, Koreans, they don't like black people. Not at all. They're some of the most racist against black people you will ever find. That's just facts. That's just facts. Everybody knows it. And it has nothing to do with the white man. Absolutely nothing to do with the white man. It's part of their fucking culture. It's part of the Chinese culture. It's part of the Korean culture. Don't ask me why. I ain't inside their heads like that. But that girl was telling me about my job, when she was talking about hair, she was Filipino. So, you know, shit is what it is, man. So I think a lot of times there's a lot of like animosity amongst certain people in certain communities, especially if you see Koreans coming into your community, gentrifying it, putting up their little liquor stores, trying to make money off the alcoholism in the black community. Now, if you watch that clip from Menace to Society, what you'll see is that they're young, they're black, they're gangster like fuck. Obviously, you see how it ended. But up until that point where that dude said, "I feel sorry for your mother," they was paying and leaving. Even though they knew the obvious racism, the following me around the store type shit, 2 pennies on aisle 2, that type shit. That's real, motherfucker. And sometimes it ends really badly. Now, I don't think there was anything that 75-year-old Asian woman could have said to that dude to make him do that. I mean, even if she dropped a hard N-bomb on him, that shit was vicious, man. And the way he's punching her, I ain't never seen nobody that deliberately slow punch somebody like that. That's when you know. First, he snuck her from the back. A 75-year-old woman. And he snuck her from the back with a cheap shot. And this wasn't no small dude neither. And then just proceeded to just ground and pound, but slowly. Bop. 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 Like he knew he was going to hit her that many times. That's why he was going slow. Because he didn't want to fuck his hands up. You hit somebody that many times, you're going to fuck your hands up. And then he stomped her 7 times and spit on her. That's hate. That dude ain't coming out of jail. They're going to put that motherfucker away for life, dude. Was it worth it to him? I don't fucking know. I don't know what she said to him outside. I don't put my hands on no woman, especially no fucking senior citizen. Shit. But like I said, man, there's a lot of animosity, and it goes both ways. But like I said, there's a love part too. And this is pretty much one-sided. Well, not really. If you look at the younger generations, it's a little bit two-sided. But the black community has a lot of love for Asian culture, martial arts films. You ain't gonna find a community more in love with martial arts films than the black community. You just ain't. We used to go to the video store and rent up all them Jet Li and Jackie Chan movies and just get high and fucking watch them motherfuckers go. It was no joke. And there was no hate. It wasn't like, oh, look at them ching chongs. It was never nothing like that. It was a respect. But there's a flip side to that. And it goes back to what I said. And I ain't trying to excuse nobody's fucking behavior. I think this knockout game where you just walk around looking for some weak, sorry son bitch to just knock the fuck out, I think that's goofy. But I've been on the other side of that. I've been one of them dudes rolling in the fucking set where we used to do that. We used to rob motherfuckers. That's what you do when you're young and stupid and don't give a fuck. Especially if you're blunted up or boated up, even worse. That's what's funny is none of the dudes I ran with smoked crack or shot heroin or nothing of that. When they sold that shit, they didn't smoke it. They weren't that dumb. 20 Rock. But seriously, like I say, I think this is a more nuanced problem. And I think we have to get to the root of this, the gentrification of the black community. And how there's almost a sense of powerlessness. And yeah, some of that, you know, there's plenty of blame to go around all different angles. You say, I don't think that woman could have done nothing to deserve what she got. But there's other instances. It's like in that clip. You see it, it's like, you're definitely getting profiled in the store. They're definitely getting followed around. There's definitely, you know, little eyes going on about like, you know, terrified and like, oh my God, fear of the black cat, right? But like I said, up until that dude said, I feel sorry for your mama. And don't be talking about no black man mama. You can get fucked up. You can get fucked up. You know, what was his name? Old Dog? That was his name in the movie. You know, he was a young dog, but they called him Old Dog. Man, that dude went to the gun, man. That dude always went to the gun. You ain't never see him throw hands in that movie. Lawrence Tate, he's one of my favorite. He don't get no work no more. I don't understand that. He was one of the most promising young black actors. He don't get no more work. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, he might be here and there, but seriously, man, when we talking about dude mama like that, you found out real quick. So how do we fix this problem? I don't know, man. I think it's going to have to fix itself generationally, which is why I was talking about the younger Asian generations that seem to have more of that mutual respect for the black community. I think this is something that's going to have to phase itself out generationally. I think you got the older generations of Asians, man, they are 1,000% racist. 1,000%. You know how many times I've been to a Chinese restaurant with my wife and we just get all kind of rude service? You know what I mean? We always pay our bill. We're never rude, but there's just that underlying thing where you know you're being treated differently. And if I go there by myself, like to pick something up, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's just different. You notice that difference, which gets back to what I was talking about in that last video about, you know, embedded racism. It's there. It's definitely there, man. Shit, what can you say about it? I think the only way we get out of it is we got to stop all this anti-racist bullshit. Get back to where we were going on the Martin Luther King train. And let this shit play itself out generationally. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Asian hate. I am so fucking tired of people blaming this on white supremacy. It's like a black guy and an Asian woman walk into a bar. Whose fault is it? It's white supremacy's fault. No, I don't think so. I think they walked into that bar of their own accord. Of course, the bar's a metaphor. But you get it.